Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I have a very special guest here, my partner Chris. He could not wait to come in front of the camera, but he was so kind anyway to come and answer a few questions today. Questions you actually have asked me in like a poll. So today we will go through those questions and see what Chris thinks about living in Sweden. Just a little recap. My name is Julie, I'm from Germany, and Chris is from Britain.
Yeah.
From London.
That's me.
And we moved to Sweden 1 year ago, pretty much 1 year ago, and we moved with our 3-year-old daughter, and now we also have a 3-month-old daughter, 2 daughters. So, without further ado, let's jump into the questions. Are you ready?
Yes, born ready.
Okay. I divided the questions a little bit into sections. The first one is a few questions about work and work life in Sweden.
Well, that's really going to be fun to listen to me talk about work, but hopefully no one falls asleep. Yeah, continue.
Okay. Number 1 is, in which field do you work in?
Film, television, and animation, I guess. That's the field I work in.
Cool. That's a quick question. Quick answer. Actually, someone said maybe you are a developer and you maybe work for one of the big companies like Klarna or Spotify.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
I'm not a developer, no.
Yeah, he's not
But
a developer.
I wish I was. I would love to teach our kids how to develop, actually. It would be great.
And then a little bit something you do normally at work. Do they have fika at your work?
Yeah, fika is heavily supported at work, yeah. Like, we have a really nice communal floor where everyone can meet up and have a coffee and a fika. Although I don't drink coffee, so it doesn't necessarily fit in, no.
Sweden loves coffee.
Yeah. I tend to look very stupid coming into meetings with a cup of hot chocolate.
So do you do fika every day then? Or just once a week?
It's not a religious thing. Yeah, like, and sometimes someone will grab you and say, hey, do you want to have a chat and a fika?
You said it out loud.
Yep.
There is actually one last question about work. And the question is, what do you think about the work culture in Sweden?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's one of the reasons that I wanted to move here, and everybody's super lovely, and I really enjoy the work environment. Unfortunately, I feel I've brought too much of the English work ethic that I was in, and I probably work a bit harder than I should be doing most of the time. But no, it's a great environment, and I'm trying to balance that work-life culture as best as I can, or adapt to a new way. So yeah, it's good.
So you work a little bit longer, like in the UK, than your Swedish colleagues?
Well, no, I'm not to disparage any of my Swedish colleagues who work really hard also. No, it's just knowing when to stop. There's always something to do.
But you love the Swedish work culture? Yeah,
it's great. Everyone's super lovely, very collaborative environment to work in, very supportive environment, lots of people coming in with lots of ideas for the greater good. Yeah, it's good.
Great. So the next one is a bit about living in Sweden. So you can just share your opinion. I mean, I have shared my opinion multiple times already on this YouTube channel, what I think about living in Sweden, and now it's your turn. Question number 1. So it's kind of 2 questions, but I guess the answer could be 1. So 1 is, how did you adapt to Sweden, and what do you feel about living here?
The first thing I did was learn the language straight away. That was very important to make sure that I was doing that. What was the question again?
How did you adapt to
Sweden? I don't know, really. There wasn't anything specifically I did differently to adapt.
You mentioned the language. Obviously, it would be good to kind of speak the language.
Yes.
But especially in your work environment, everyone speaks perfectly English, and that's
Yeah.
also the
Yeah,
language
yeah.
you use.
I
So you
mean,
don't really have to, in that sense, adapt.
no, I've been amazed that so many Swedish people speak fluent English. Really makes me feel stupid being in a country where everyone can speak 2 languages or 3, and me being confined to the one. But no, I mean, adapting to Sweden, it's just been wonderful to be so close to a capital city, but yet so close to nature.
And how do you feel?
How do I
Do
feel?
you feel happy?
Yeah, happy. I mean, yeah, it's great. Like, I think Sweden's wonderful. So much so that we bought a house here, so it must be okay.
That will be one of the later questions.
Okay.
Is it better to live in Stockholm or outside of it? I think you can't maybe answer that question.
Yeah.
Apart from
I mean,
your commute.
it's definitely great living just outside of Stockholm city. Like, here you go half an hour on a bus and you're close to the archipelago in a woodland area. If you go half an hour in one direction in London, you're probably still at the end of the road, stuck in traffic, so it's not so far to go to get away from stuff. But living in the city centre is obviously super cool, and your proximity to all the bars and clubs and everything, if we were still going to bars and clubs, which I wish
I
we
probably
were.
would have, it would be
But,
amazing if we didn't have kids to
Yeah.
kind of go
No,
out.
there's some
in the
great
evening.
places to go, but yeah.
But one question is actually, how's the traffic? I mean, you only use public transport really, but
How's the traffic?
Yeah,
I mean, the bus lanes are great. Take me straight where I need to go.
you never had problems, right?
No. The bus lanes are great. And also, when I was been cycling to work, there's cycle lanes everywhere, which is a big difference to London too. A few more hills than London, which I found out the hard way.
In London?
A few more hills here than in London.
Okay.
But yeah, it's no problems with the traffic.
And hopefully, when we do have a car at some point, you can
Learn how to drive.
Yeah, learn how to drive, and
then
then
worry
see how
about the
the
traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it will be far in the future. Okay.
Yeah.
There's another question. Would you consider living permanently in Sweden?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Answered. What about the housing plans? Someone asked.
What about the housing plans? We bought a house.
Yeah, you can
That's
say
cool. Yeah.
that. I revealed that actually in another video.
Yeah. That's the housing plan.
Yeah.
Buy a house, live in said house, be happy. Yep.
Good plan.
It's the plan.
And then another question is, do you invest in stocks? Or someone else also said, do you do stock trading? Do all family members have now an Avanza account?
Well, I have a very talented and diligent finance officer who invests on my behalf, and she's wonderful at that. She just tells me how much I should deposit in her account, and apparently it's getting saved somewhere. So
It's increasing, not only saved.
yeah. I mean, it's increasing. That's what I get told by my finance officer. But no, I think it's great. I obviously get a bit of a report from you on how well we're doing. We're not doing as much investment since we've been here, but
We have started.
Yeah.
So we're using Avanza. We have started.
Yeah.
And we will develop it.
But I'm currently depleting the majority of my savings to pay for the house that we just aforementioned house. So yeah, good chance to start building back up again how our savings and investment planning is going. I save for stuff like holidays. Yuli saves for things like
The future.
the future. So yeah.
Exactly. I quickly wanted to interrupt the interview with Chris because I'm very excited to introduce you to Skillshare for the first time here on my YouTube channel. Skillshare is the sponsor of today's video. So what is Skillshare? If you're not familiar with Skillshare, you can learn anything you want on this platform. You can explore creative topics and discover interesting skills. We were just talking about investing in the stock market with my partner. So on Skillshare, You also find many videos about investing, such as how not to suck at investing, understanding stocks by business casual. It was super helpful to go deeper into details about how investing in the stock market works. And as you can see, these lessons are in total only 21 minutes, so it's quite quick. But yeah, this is just one example of many more topics you can explore on Skillshare. Skillshare was so kind to offer a free subscription for 1 month for my viewers, so the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get a 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Let me know what classes you find useful on there. I'm curious to know what you are interested in.
Skillshare investment, check it out, legit.
So then we have 2 sections left. One will be a bit about Sweden in general, and then just, general questions. So, do you consider Stockholm dangerous? Was the question.
I don't. No. I mean, we kind of lived a bit all over London and never really found London dangerous either. Even though at one point we was living next to the largest council estate in Europe with the highest knife crime in the city. But I never really found it that dangerous. And so moving to Stockholm, I find it extremely safe. Maybe I'm living in a false sense of security, but people go into shops and I'm like locking my bike up twice and like they're just leaving their bike out the front, and people are in restaurants and just leaving their jackets and purses on their seat as they go to the loo, and I'm like, I would never do that. So I don't see it to be unsafe. I mean, one reason I think we came here was a bit of a safer environment for our kids than maybe London is. So.
Yeah, I think sometimes people say they're like, groups of people fighting each other, but it's not really prevalent, really. We don't really see anything or hear anything.
I mean, I think that's going to be, in capital cities around the world, there's always going to be rival factions, opposing themselves against each other, whether it's a gang, music, rap thing, or if it's just like people from different backgrounds at each other. But to be honest, the more cultural diversity there is, I think, in capital cities, the more opportunity there is to learn from other people's backgrounds and be a bit more harmonious. But maybe that's just a pipe dream.
Next question is, what's the worst thing about Sweden? The worst.
What's the worst thing about Sweden? I think there seems to be a little bit too much bureaucracy in trying to get a few things done. I don't know. On some occasions it's been really helpful, really beneficial, really easy to negotiate. And other times it's been a bit challenging and you're not too sure how much of that is because you're a foreigner or because you don't speak the language, or... You know what, I take it back. The worst thing is international post. That's a pain. Like for some reason, you...
From the UK,
you just get like a text message and then you have to pay thing, or sometimes you get a letter, sometimes you don't get the message.
And you always seem to have to pay, no matter what comes here. If it's a gift, you still have to pay.
Yeah.
Like I had to pay for a gift coming from the UK, from a friend. You had to pay on several occasions.
Yeah, it's just a bit odd, right? Yeah. And also there's a lot of paper, like they'll send you a letter to say there's a letter that's arrived for you, and it's like, wow, that's not that considerate, and you have all these amazing things like Kiva and, ways to communicate through people knowing your persona number, but they don't, and, there's a lot of wasted hard copies of stuff floating around, maybe. Sweden's great. I don't have a problem with Sweden, it's fine.
I mean, there's always like something... Small things, I guess. So, yeah, you mentioned them. What's the best thing about Sweden?
The best thing about Sweden?
Just think about the best thing, because I know there are quite a few things which are really great in Sweden, but is there the best?
Well, I mean, it probably sounds a bit cheesy, but I love the people here. Like, Swedish people seem to be really accommodating, super in line with my type of, person, I guess. And I think that the nature and the environment that we're in is amazing. It's feels clean. The water's nice. It's the streets are always very clean. I think Sweden's great from what I've seen this last year.
In 1 year, yeah. Wonderful. So coming closer to the end.
Good. I'm running out of beer.
All right. What is your view on equality in relationships? I like that question.
Yeah, well, absolutely. There should always be complete parity in relationships, 100% equality, or 50-50 equality, I guess. I mean, I think that there's some times where I feel like, to quote George Orwell, you may have the perspective that we're all equal, but sometimes some people are more equal than others. But that's not me. I think, you absolutely have to have a working relationship with each other.
One question maybe related to equality. Are you going on parental leave?
I want to go on parental leave. I have to just figure it out a little bit.
I took new to you.
Yeah, I took 2 weeks off when our daughter was born.
Oh, first one, yeah.
And our second one.
Oh, yeah. Right after
whilst
birth.
we were here in Sweden. Yeah. But I'd love to take an extended period of time off. I'm a little bit too committed to my work at the moment to do it right this instant. When Maeve is a little bit older, I will definitely want to take an extended period of time off. That would be really great. It's definitely one of the reasons I wanted to be in Sweden as well, to get that opportunity to do it. So.
Yeah. Do you like football?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, you do.
Tottenham Hotspurs, it's my team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still looking for a Swedish team, so leave comments in below. I've always wanted to say that. Leave comments below what Swedish football team I should support. Maybe Diff or something. I'm thinking of Diff.
Yeah, it's good that you asked the question to the viewers, because the second question would be, or the following question would have been, is there a team in Sweden you are interested in?
Okay, yeah, I think
Diff is the only one.
Yeah, Hammarby is also close to my work, so they're the two close Stockholm teams. Yeah, I really want to go to one of the local games here. I've heard they're really great. I went to an ice hockey game last time I was here, and it was amazing. I loved it. So much fun. But yeah, I need to get into a football team if I'm allowed.
So yeah, if anyone knows, you probably know a lot of teams, so just leave them in the comments down below, and then Chris can have a look if he finds a favorite at some point and go to a game. Yeah, definitely. So someone asked, is this the best thing that ever happened to you?
Is what the best thing?
I guess moving to Sweden.
I think the best thing that ever happened to me was meeting you, darling. So,
and that was not in Sweden.
Wherever we are in the world, that will never change. And also, having my kids here, that's pretty good. But yeah, it's great.
It's the fourth best.
I mean,
to me, the kids.
Yeah, I think.
It's one of the best things.
It's like a wonderful. Feel very humbled to have the opportunity to be able to just switch countries that we live in for jobs and to travel somewhere new and find a new place, new people, and a new environment. It's keeps everything a little bit more exciting, and so it's cool. We definitely want to be people of the world, not stuck in a Brexit-like environment. So I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Last ever question: do you miss England?
No, I miss my friends. Answer. Yeah, I think it's fallen to bits, to be honest. I really miss my friends and everyone we were hanging out with. And, I miss being able to go see Tottenham play, who are just up the road from our house, things like that. But no, I don't miss the mentality of the place, and it's not too far. I can always go back, and I do see my mum and everything. But nope.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
I think the viewers will be very excited to listen to what you have to say about Sweden. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's probably the first and last time you appear in front of the camera.
You're going to lose some viewers here, Yulia. I don't think this is going to go down well. But it's a pleasure.
I don't think so.
You're welcome.
If you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe. But he will not appear anymore, so
no,
it is only me.
Well, at 1 million subscribers, then I'll be back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
1 million.
Hit the 1 mil. I'm all yours.
All right. We can do that.
Yeah, I'll play some guitar.
As always, thanks so much for watching till the end. I hope you have a great day. Until then, see you soon. Hey do.
Hey do.